I know it all, know nothing. Really?
104.1 KRB.
All right,
40 after.
Yeah, we're going to do the song in the next break.
Well, maybe
So
you
that-
should tell someone so they know.
We did.
We did.
You're busy over
Someone
there
wasn't listening.
talking with the girls.
Oh, yeah, they were.
They're all
And this
giggling
is-
over there. Oh,
And this is my baby. Have you seen? I have a baby.
Okay, so a lot of things that we do on our show, either people who are listening live with us right now call the listener line to make comments, or they listen later to the podcast and they make comments. And last week, I brought this to the show because I saw Jenna Hager from the Today Show say that she and Hoda were going to launch this thing called Mama's Done. What are you done with as a mom? Things that are just grinding your gears or you're just not taking it anymore, about kids dragging out bedtime or being picky with their food or themed birthday parties where disasters happen. They're just done. So we opened up the phone lines. Said, that's a good idea. So we opened up the phone lines last week and we said, look, we're going to preface right now. Everyone loves their kids. They're happy their parents.
Yeah,
but everyone
we all
has those days.
Love our parents,
You're
our
just
children.
having those days.
it wasn't meant like you just want to get rid of your kid forever.
No, it's just
Right.
a chance for you to
So
vent
we
it
did
out.
a couple break. We could have probably done 2 hours on that. We brought it back, I believe, on Tuesday. Maybe?
Tuesday, yeah.
And
Because one
once
mom
again,
called
that
in.
could have gone 2 hours.
Do you want to hear one of
Yeah.
those calls first, or do you want to hear?
Well, because
Let's
one
just
mom
hear
called
this.
in and
Sure.
said, I got 4 kids and I just throw them all away. I'm done with all of them and all their attitudes and la la la.
Now
and
let's
this and that.
preface. This gentleman has a problem with each and every one of us.
I don't even know
on
why
the
he
show.
listens. I guess because his girlfriend listens because
Yeah.
she's got good taste, except when it comes to boyfriends, I guess.
Oh,
And then he calls in and
here's what you
he
get.
thinks he's just, oh, here it comes.
So, of course, I know you haven't heard from me in a while, but here I am forced to listen to you dodo birds on the damn radio talk about stuff that makes no sense. All of those parents that you're talking to that have some kind of complaint about their child or being over what their child does because they're annoyed by it, and because you don't really want that child. You didn't really want that child. And I'm going to tell you why. Because me, personally, I raised 4 adopted children. I don't have one child from my seed. And if I did, I definitely wouldn't be on the damn radio complaining like you fools about what my child does that I'm tired of. Because anything that they're doing, you taught them that shit. And that's why they're doing it. And if you're tired of them doing it, then you should be tired of yourself doing it and teach them something different instead of sitting there sounding all lame and defeated, talking about, oh, you know, well, we just can't do it. We just can't make them act different. Fucking dumb.
Wow,
Is this guy an a-hole or
my
what?
gosh.
Fired
He's a
up.
perfect father. is what
First
he
of
is,
all,
Eric. He never
I
makes
so
mistakes.
Oh, yeah, this guy's
disagree
perfect.
with almost every word he said. Especially, they don't all learn it from you. There are outside factors people learn. Well, by his logic, if somebody's a murderer, well, they learned it from their
This
parents.
guy's,
So we're just going to leave that right there.
what a tool, huh?
Yeah,
Leave that right
That
there.
was really intense.
yeah, he was.
He's very angry,
very
and he is the
angry.
perfect dad. Never made
Yeah.
a mistake, and never got
I'd love to talk
off
to his
temper
kids
with his children.
And see how
Probably,
perfect he is.
or his children have never.
Just to brighten his
frustrated
day,
him.
I'd like to play a mom call right now. Here we go.
I'm a mother of 3 boys, twin 11-year-olds and a 7-year-old, and I am done disciplining my twins. My 7-year-old, he is easy peasy. This is not the case with the twins. They will literally back each other up and come to each other's defense when one is in trouble. Like, say, for example, I'm giving them 5 more minutes of video game time. Then 5 minutes is up. It's time to shut Fortnite off. Here comes his other brother. You didn't give him his full 5 minutes. You only gave him 2 minutes and 22 seconds. I was timing it. Or I think I hear a kid curse from the other bedroom, so I go back there to address it. Here comes the other brother. He didn't say a bad word. I heard it. He said fudge. I don't know if it's an identical twin thing. It seems like it's cute and kind and sweet, but it's not. Not cute at all. It's exhausting.
It's exhausting. It's exhausting. Well, those brothers have each other's backs. That's for sure. That is
Oh,
for
my
sure.
God.
I like that they have each other.
Yeah,
They protect each other.
I would have expected a call like when you've got 3. This is to the point my husband said we should have had 4 because there's even. You can pair them off. When you've got 3, one is going to layer on top of when you're reprimanding one of your kids. One of the other kids will layer on top of it, and it makes the kid even more mad, and then they start fighting. And you're like, just stop it.
not your battle.
You don't need to add anymore. It's between me and this kid. And then it's like, I told you you were going to get in trouble.
And poor MJ's going to be the pawn. Like, because the 2 girls, when they battle, they're going to use him as the.
Oh, yeah.
Which side you going to
No,
pick? Because that's
y'all-
how I was. I had to pick between my sisters.
Eric, though, for real, we were in the grocery store and the girls were just putting me through it. And my son he pulls me like to his eye level or his mouth level. And he goes, Mommy, is it hard raising us? I mean, the girls just fight all the time, and I just really feel sorry for you. And I was like,
they learned that from you.
oh, yeah, they learned it from me.
That's
Of course, according to this perfect father.
It was your bad
it is
parenting,
me
Roula.
that they are learning all this fighting and bickering from and all of this back talking from. And you know what? I'm so used to being in a noisy household. I never even thought to myself that my kid's back talking until my husband pointed it out. Like, don't back talk to your mom. She just told you to do things. Do not back talk to her. Go. And I go, oh, thanks for getting my back, babe. I didn't even know I was being back talked to because I'm so used to the noise.
Well, wait
and
till
the defense.
Wait till they get to the dating age. Remember last week I was having a little bit of a meltdown because my daughter, who's in her early 20s,
Like a 50-year-old or something.
35.
65.
35. And I was like, oh man, I think there's a big difference between those ages. And y'all are like, no. What if they're mature? We'd call her saying, oh, Ryan, you need to lighten up. Well, we've got somebody who is in their early 20s that wanted to address that.
I'm like in my mid-20s, and I couldn't fathom dating like a 19-year-old. That's like a baby. It's insane. Like, it's totally different when you're in your early 20s dating someone with an almost 10-year age gap. That's absolutely wild. And it doesn't matter how mature a person may seem or act. You're a child. You're basically a child when you're under the age of like 22 and down. Doesn't matter how mature you are, you think you are. It's insane. Absolutely crazy that you guys think it's just fine and that age doesn't matter. Anyways, bye. I love you guys.
Okay, that was self-serving.
If you graduate from college,
But your
you're old enough
daughter
to date.
isn't 22.
Yeah,
No, she's
Yeah, she's
20.
not- she's turning 20.
She's 24.
Graduated 2 years ago.
She's turned 25 this year, so she's
Not the
full
end of
on.
the year.
Well, still, she's turned 25 this year.
Yeah.
And he'll be 36 then.
But
All right, fine.
I mean, 25 is like, at that time, I was already married, had a kid.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You're not
Anyway.
21.
Yeah,
in
19
college.
is a lot different than 25.
That's for
Yes.
sure. This person said, okay, if you aren't complaining about your kids, are you even a parent?
Yeah, I know.
I agree with you, 37530.
Well, you're one of those parents that teachers just love when they come to my kid does nothing wrong. My kid's perfect
you're
at
being
home.
sarcastic.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
The
I don't know which
teacher's
way to
like,
run this.
Yeah.
Oh, your
I was
kid's,
like,
your kid's a hellion at school, and they just don't see it. Parents, I mean, I'm realistic. I know my kids can cause trouble and do things.
Yeah.
But a lot
My
of
mom
people
was
don't.
like, she came right home and laid right
They
into
take
me.
the teacher's side.
What about when your kid
Well,
is the
she
total
knew you.
opposite at school versus at home, and in the other way? Like I think that because they bicker so much at home or whatever, because they love each other and they hate each other at the same time, I thought that maybe that would, fall over into school. But the teachers are usually giving me pretty good reports on my kids, and I was like, oh, that's so nice. But why can't they be like that to me? Why can't they be like that to me?
They're so comfortable around you.
Because I would always say to my kids, like, would you say that to your teacher? Would you say that to Miss So-and-so? No. I go, then why do you say it to me?
Yeah.
I'm your mom. Like, why are you saying that to me?
Because you have to love us.
I don't
Yeah. Well, Roula, I thought I'd end this with another Roula. Because
Oh.
you have said in the past, growing up, you didn't
Never knew
know
any Roulas.
Any other Roulas?
No Roulas.
Well, apparently there are other Roulas.
Rula. I'm Rula, but I am Ruhla. I never knew you existed until when I was in my early 20s. I called in and won tickets. People spell my name like they spell your name, Roula. And I'm like, no, that's not how you spell my name. So I just thought it was extremely funny. Love y'all. Bye.
I want to know your background.
Right.
What
Could be
school?
just
I've
an
never seen
adjacent
it
country.
spelled Ruhla. I have seen Rula. I've met 3 Lebanese Roulas, and I've met 2 Greek Roulas, and they spell them Roula or Rula. I've
Maybe.
never heard it spelled Ruhla.
Turkish.
What's your background? What's your background?
Your enemy.
Oh, you're a
Turks.
Turk.
Greeks versus Turks.
You will never be on my radio again.
That's so fun. All right, coming up next, we're going to go with date or ditch. So somebody called into the listener line. We do this very often where, we're the jury. Should you keep on dating this person based on this instance, this one experience with that person, or should you just ditch out? The first one we ever did was about the guy being a bad kisser. And she was like, well, if he's a bad kisser, should I just not even just cut my losses and not waste my time? So people call us for all different scenarios. And this one has to do with the case of the aggressive date.
Yeah.
She's a little too aggressive.
This is a little PG.
Is it
Yeah.
a little PG? or-
PG-12.
PG-12? Okay, well, let's find out what it's all about next on the Rule and Ryan Show.
25.
104.1 KRBE. It's the Roula and Ryan Show. So we were just playing some listener line calls. One we didn't get to. We're going to do right now. It's called Date or Ditch.
People leave us their commentary there.
Oh, you
Do we
have
have
an
an intro?
Yeah, we made that intro.
Oh,
Can we
yeah.
play an intro?
It was,
Dude, I was just in the song and I was like, do we
I
have an
didn't think you
intro for
had
this?
one.
And everybody's like,
the
no,
drama
we don't have an
one.
intro for this.
Remember, we made the drama
Where
one, and I
is
put
it?
a beep in it.
Where is it?
Just search Date or Ditch in the.
Oh, wow, we actually have something.
Kevin's like, I worked so hard on
Was that
this.
last
You
week?
let it air.
You told me to make it, and
Okay.
I made it, and I put it in.
Well,
Dude,
while she
I was
searches
drunk
for
when
it,
I said that.
He's drunk when while she searches for that, let me explain. If you've not heard us do Date or Ditch, people leave us messages on the listener line at 713-278-VENT, and they just leave us the scenario of a new date situation, and they are wondering, should they keep going and date, or should they cut out and ditch?
My goal in life is to have the two people call the line on each other.
Oh, and I didn't
I
realize
mean,
they're
so funny.
both having their doubts.
I don't know. This guy's a
But you
bad
need
kisser.
to
Should I keep going?
realize-
So I was kissing this girl, and I think she thinks I'm a bad kisser.
The same
but
names?
I need a mulligan.
He's a bad kisser. No, you need to realize that each and every listener line call is always listened to. We always go through them, and we listen to them on a daily basis.
So here's what did you find the intro by chance?
Yes.
Okay, let's hear it. What?
Should you date or ditch, or are you the bitch? Time to decide. You can confide with the Roula and Rye show.
That is so like soap opera of the 90s.
Oh, there's more.
It's still going.
Oh my goodness. The Taylor Swift song. Whoa, Kevin.
Now we don't have time to play the call.
That's it.
Eric wanted something soap opera.
Yeah, that was good.
Wow,
I think
Date or
that's it.
Ditch, very dramatic. Okay, let's hear that
yeah.
call. Here it goes.
Hey, guys. Hey, so I need a date or ditch. All right, so I've been dating this girl for about a month. All right, she is the hottest, like the finest girl I've ever dated my entire life, right? And, like, we connect on so many levels. I feel like this is going somewhere, right? So, finally, after a month of dating, we finally did the deed, right? But, man, y'all, she ravaged me. Just like I didn't know what to do. She bananas crazy. We're in bed, and she's going fast. She's, like, saying everything, anything. I was taken back, and I didn't last long, and it was over. And she wasn't, like, turned off by it. She wasn't, like, anything. But next time she was like, hey, how about you take some Viagra? And I'm like, is this chick out of my league now? Am I in over my head here? Like, I don't know if I can keep up with this. Like, I need to know, do I date or ditch?
Yeah.
You need to grow
Well,
up
he's
there.
scared, but also you can tell it's also insecure reflective because he goes, I mean, I was so fast for
You
me.
need
I
to
don't-
communicate is what you need to do.
I mean, he,
That'd be
he was
embarrassing if
thrown
somebody
off
said,
by her
"Do you need to
aggression.
take some
aggressive
enhancing
for me?"
pills?"
Maybe
The first time they do.
can't keep up. You want something to help?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
man.
say.
Is that what she sounds like, Kev?
Yeah.
Say enjoy.
This might not be a long-term relationship.
So,
but
okay,
I'll
what would
have
it sound
fun.
like if the girl called Date or Ditch? What would her phone call sound like to make Eric's dreams come true?
Yeah.
So this guy came over, and I mean, obviously I ravaged him because it's what I do. He couldn't keep up.
I wouldn't either if I heard that voice in bed.
Yeah, the vocal
I would
fry.
need Viagra too.
Okay, well, after Amy Lee from Evanescence gave us the intro song,
Right?
what are we going to say to this guy from? What are we going to say to this guy about
Like,
Date or Ditch?
Dude, count your blessings.
Go around the room.
He
It's our
thinks
votes.
that she's awesome on so many levels. She's the most attractive person he's ever dated, but she's way too much for him in the bedroom. And she has asked him to take enhancing pills to keep up after their one
How about
time
you?
together.
How about you just, if you really like each other, you communicate and you say, "Well, I don't know about taking pills right now. They're not prescribed for me. I don't need that."
Well, she thinks otherwise.
I have
she
them.
thinks he does.
Here, he's on a Pez dispenser.
Yeah.
Here, I'll get you some from my purse.
Now it's like you see those commercials for hymns and stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can just order those online.
Now they make it so easy.
Yeah.
Maybe try it out one more time and communicate to her that you want to take a little slower.
We've done
Not
this
so
topic
crazy.
before.
Why would you break it off, dude? If
No.
she's beautiful and you're having fun.
Yes.
You've dated
Because
a month.
his own insecurity might destroy him from the inside.
Yeah, and he's going to think that she's getting it elsewhere because he can't keep up.
Or in his head,
Or she's not satisfied.
You
one
met her thinking,
time.
how many
can you
people
make a
has she
decision?
been with that she's gotten this experienced and creative and
guys, you need to
aggressive?
grow up.
That's what I'm saying.
I agree with Eric. I mean, seriously, everything.
The guys always think that way,
thinking?
like, oh, a girl's been with too many guys.
Oh, she has too much experience if she's like this. Not because their own insecurity is pushing them down, so they have to push her down.
And guess what?
She's probably hoed around. That's why she's
Even
like
if she
this.
has experience, so what? She is choosing you. She wants to be with you. You are the lucky recipient. Grow up and not be a baby.
And don't
She's gonna
tear
ditch him.
her
People
down
are saying-
because you can't keep up.
People have said that he's going to get ditched.
I think he is.
Yeah. At this point, for all we know, at this point, I don't know what the date on the listener line is. He left us the date or ditch. He may have been ghosted by now. He's going to be on for closure. So I was dating the hottest girl I've ever dated in my life, and it didn't go so well the first time, and then she never called me
All
again.
right, Roula, you heard
Round the room.
Eric and I's
Here we
opinion.
go.
I say talk to her and count your blessings.
I say just keep dating. You don't have to talk to her.
Yeah, just well, you should communicate. When you become intimate, you should really absolutely have discussions like, hey, these are things that I like and don't like,
Well, clearly you liked
should be on the same
He
page.
liked it. He just didn't.
Yeah,
he liked it too much.
You're gonna just keep on with her, dude.
Yeah.
and then
Don't be
y'all find your
insecure.
pace. You'll find your pace.
Sam, what do you say?
Well, someone put the girl didn't enjoy it, like, because it was too fast. So.
But he
that's
did
what-
say he was over quick.
Well, I just said that. But I'm saying, like,
Brian likes to reiterate.
Thank you.
Stuff.
Yeah, I'm saying that, like, she was having an issue with him, so.
Let's see
The
if
way
they
I
date or
took
ditch
it.
each other. I say keep dating, but let's see how it plays out
Yeah.
for you guys, and y'all decide if it's not right.
He probably only has one more date with her.
Yes.
Yeah, better take her advice.
If he doesn't, yeah, absolutely. If he doesn't take her advice, then I think she's going to be like, okay, I can
But
just find
then
better.
he'll be expected to medicate before every session, and that becomes a chore.
That's
and
the new norm.
Maybe
and that's not his norm. So
Not
then
even
he'll
good
never
for
be able
you.
to feel relaxed and comfortable because he'll be like, okay, well,
But then later on, he won't need that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's
Accustomed
it's not.
to
It's
it.
not so new and exciting.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll calm down.
he won't. Or are you setting
won't.
the blueprint for that's how it always has to be then? Because that's the danger in
I just
that.
don't know how old he is.
The danger in faking something or taking something is that if you are faking something, you are telling the other party, this is working for me. Because you are faking it to get through it. And then that you are doing yourself a disservice because then you have to continue to fake it so that you can.
But now I think
have
it's the norm.
event.
Like we're talking about the hymns and the Blue Chew and all these things.
Yeah.
Which, by the way,
You see
should
all this advertising.
Speak to a doctor, Kevin. You brought that up. It is dangerous unless you absolutely have spoken to, you can go to your urologist and you can tell them if you're having problems, and they can prescribe it for you. If you're just doing it recreationally, it can be dangerous.
If you're 24 and you need that, then it's probably a problem.
Well, it doesn't sound like he needs it. It sounds
Right.
like
He's looking
he
to
was
last longer.
overly stimulated.
Right. And taking it back.
But that's not on her. Like, that's not her
There's
fault.
other things you can do. There's like
yeah.
numbing stuff.
Well, actually,
Look
there's
away.
there's exercises you can do too.
Like a baseball.
Baseball.
I'll
football.
demonstrate during the commercial break the exercises you can do. They're male Kegels. Swear to God. Swear to God. You
Is it
when
like
you
a
go
squat?
underneath of the bar, you
Demonstrate these for us.
Oh, he's
I
on the
don't
floor.
need-
He's on the floor.
Oh,
Let's go.
God, Kevin's
We got
doing
it on
male
video. Thank
kegels.
goodness. He's doing like the
upside down bridges.
Yes,
That's a weird
yes.
move. Yeah.
Or
it's like you're doing the
hip thrust.
backwards
Or
crawl.
you could
Hip
just,
thrust?
if he's
Hip
worried,
thrust.
They're hip thrusts.
if he's so worried, just do what they did in Something About Mary.
Well, it's
Yeah.
hip. Well, that movie is very old, so I don't know if people know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's gonna
'Cause
be.
I
yeah,
even saw
he's-
that movie
he's
so long ago, I
25.
can't remember what he did.
Yeah.
The movie came out when he was born.
Yeah.
Right. So what Kevin was demonstrating to us is basically you're doing hip thrust, but you're doing it on one arm. He had one arm
Well,
up.
I would probably, if I was going to try to do that, I would hold on to the bar, the Smith bar. You go.
Oh my God!
You hold on to the Smith bar
Mom
and you
doesn't know
hang
what we're
underneath of
doing.
it, and then you pelvis to it. Shut out!
But I don't think the motions are the problem. It's the he's in the game.
yes,
No, but
yes.
you can. Your muscles can hold back.
You can
on
practice
your-
all you want, but when that guy gets in the
When you get on
home
the
plate,
field,
in the
it's-
field,
in
the
the batter's
crowd
bets are
box.
off.
Yeah,
What did he do?
It was the first time, though.
that was
I
a
mean,
noise
For
he
those
made.
just tuning in, what are we talking about? So we're talking around it, adult topic. But this man called up. He met this great girl, super hot, and everything's exciting, and they're connecting on all cylinders, and they cross that threshold, and she's a lot for him. And she suggested maybe he takes medication, and he doesn't know if he should continue on or not. It's because of his own embarrassment, is what I'm reading. But I say keep dating her and see how this plays out.
Yes.
I think we all agree with that. Not one of us has ditch her.
No.
She might ditch him.
I
but,
think she's going to ditch him if he doesn't.
Yeah. So that's how Date or Ditch goes, friends. 713-278-VENT. That's 8368 on the phone.
No, we don't need to.
Can we close it out?
Intro,
Can we close it out with Evanescence again? We asked Amy Lee to do us a
So give us more
favor.
Date or Ditches. Call in if you're dating someone right now so we can do this.
So dark.
Should you date or ditch, or are you the bitch? Time to decide. You can confide with the Roula and Rye show.
Here it comes.
Crescendo.
This is when you throw water in their face if there's a video.
Why?
It slows down. Everything slows down.
Yeah.
It
How dare
sounds
you.
like November rain. In the cold November rain.
That's great.
That's so fun. All right, Date or Ditch. That was fun. 713-278-VENT. And to quote the last text I see, this is the weirdest segment ever. We went from that to Kevin's demonstration you'll see on KRBE's digital later.
I can't unsee it.
It's so great. Can we put that to music, please? Put that to music and slow it down.
Male Kegels.
We're going to put that to music.
Speed
Kevin's
it up.
gym
Speed it
moves.
up, yeah.
Play the Benny Hill music.
All right, coming up next.
Hope it does.
Speaking of this topic, what have we not been seeing in movies of late? And maybe you haven't quite noticed it, or you have. It's slowly going away, and they're not really telling you they're
Actual
removing it
plot?
from movies. Not a plot.
Something that doesn't involve a superhero with a cape.
I know. There's a Marvel or DC Comics attached to it. We'll talk about that next in Scoop on the Roula and Ryan Show.
I'm pleased to introduce Roula and Ryan's Celebrity Scoop
on KRBE.
All right, first I'm going to start out with how you can get on TV tonight in Sci-Fair. And this is from one of our listeners, Ashley, who texted us at 37530. She is representing Sci-Fair ISD's Parents for Librarians. There are 5,300 friends and growing in this group. And she says we need everyone in this district to come on down to the Mark Henry Administration Building at 11440 Matzke Road. I hope I'm saying that right. Matzke Road at 6 o'clock tonight, because CFISD is having a board meeting. They want you to wear your school shirt for the school that your child goes to and let them know it is not okay to cut librarians. And between HISD and CFISD, which, by the way, is two of the three largest districts in this state, they are setting a very dangerous precedent. If you believe in keeping librarians, and if you believe in public education in Texas, and it needs to be fixed, come on down and join the group, because a lot of their TV friends are going to be there with their cameras.
What's so messed up
They're
is
going to make some noise.
how they informed these librarians. They sent out an email at 11:36 p.m. saying basically your job is gone. So people woke up in the morning and that's how they found out they'd lost their job.
Not even enough respect.
They sent it when they're all in bed, so they can wake up to that notice that they've been terminated.
There is an asterisk. What's the word? Asterisk. To that. Because somebody texted us earlier that the job title librarian is changed to digital media director, because the library now has gone so far away from the old school, and now it's all digital.
Dewey Decimal.
So the librarian title is fired, but they're moving you into a different job title. Not everybody, but some. I don't know how many.
No,
what the numbers
they're
are.
actually cutting a lot. They have what they call the excess list.
So, and they said also that every school district has that, by the way. We didn't know that.
So
The
they're
admins-
basically cutting that position by 50%.
So tonight, 6 o'clock, Ashley says, Sci-Fair ISD parents, if you believe that Texas education needs to change for the better, it is tonight at the Mark Henry Administration Building, 11440 Matzke Road, 6 p.m. Make some noise.
See, that's why I like doing the Roula and Ryan show, just for Houston.
Local.
I'd love to.
Because I wouldn't be able to say that if
Not
it was
syndicated.
Yeah.
national. Okay, let me tell you what is leaving us, and we don't realize it's leaving us. I think the reason we don't realize it is because we're watching so much streaming, and there's a lot of this on those shows. But movie sexy scenes have fallen by almost 40% in major motion picture.
That's a big drop.
That is a huge drop. They say the graphic scenes that you knew of the 90s and the 80s and the 2000s.
Because they didn't watch Challengers.
No, so in Challengers, what makes it so sexy?
That just came out last week, right?
Yeah, it's the new Zendaya movie. It's like a tennis love triangle. It's not overly raunchy. Like the tension and the sexiness is what you don't see. So that I liked it. I really
you don't need it.
Wow.
I mean, if you want to watch that stuff, then go.
It's the less is more angle.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%.
Exactly.
So the number of movies without any sex scenes at all has risen to 50%. And somebody on text made another good point. Where are all the good movie soundtracks? There really aren't any. I mean, you got like the last one that we had that like was popular was the song from Saltburn.
Well,
that was like a radio song.
Barbie had some songs on it.
Okay, but I'll give you that one. But
they're just not big like they used to be.
They weren't big like they used to be.
80s and 90s and early 2000s had.
They'd actually have artists write a song specifically for that movie.
Somebody said, somebody get Kenny Loggins out of retirement, make him write some songs for some movies.
Kenny Loggins,
he owned the 80s movies,
all the
man.
80s, yeah.
Footloose, from
Top Gun, Footloose. I mean,
Caddyshack.
I'm all right.
Like all others.
All the songs.
He
all
went to the
songs.
Danger Zone. Yeah.
Yeah. So
They all sound the same.
They do.
And here's another little.
Sam has no idea who he is.
Nope.
Kenny
You
Loggins.
know one of his songs.
You know Footloose. You know Footloose?
Oh yeah, but
I gotta cut loose.
That's him.
Footloose.
And did you saw the original Top Gun?
Yes.
He did all the songs for that.
Got it.
That had words.
I went
Except for
to
Take My
the
Breath Away.
Danger Zone.
Oh, not that one.
that was
Berlin did
Berlin.
Take My Breath Away.
Yeah.
Oh, and here's a little fun fact in case you don't know this. In the original Top Gun, the hot and sexy scene where the less is more to what Ahmad was saying is where the Tom Cruise character and the Kelly McGillis character finally get together. But it is not like full on camera where you can see like their skin and all that. It's the silhouette shadow with the blue haze. And the reason they had to do that back in the 80s, because the 80s was the heyday for all the sexy scenes, they did that because in the after production, when they did the test audiences, they're like, we got to get them together and get it all hot and
They didn't
sexy.
put that in there.
So that was
And
an
they didn't put
added
that in
scene.
there, and so she was already doing another movie. He was already doing another movie, and they looked different. So they had to just use their silhouettes of the sexy scene to show that it was them, but can't really show like the
Was it
details.
even them?
It was them. It was them.
Okay.
And actually, I learned that technique years ago when I went to Broadway Across America downtown at the Hobby Center, and it was Jerry Hall. Jerry Hall.
Mick Jagger's ex.
Mick Jagger was married to Jerry Hall. She was a Texas supermodel, and they had children together. She was doing The Graduate on Broadway Across America at the Hobby
With the
Center.
guy from Boy Meets World.
Yeah, what's that guy's name?
The
Because we interviewed
his
him in the
best friend.
studio.
Yeah.
The Boy Meets World best friend had grown up, and he was in this at the Hobby Center, and we had him in studio. So I went to go see it, and there is a sexy scene in that, and it's Jerry Hall. At the time, she was like late 60s.
Was she supposed to get naked behind the?
No, she was in her 50s.
She was in her 50s?
Yeah.
So, you're on stage at Broadway, Hobby Center. We're all right there.
Is there
You're like, how are
nudity?
they doing that? It was the spotlight was behind her.
Okay, like in
To
Austin
just
Powers,
shadow
where they were
silhouette
like,
her.
The tent. Pull stuff out.
Yeah.
Bending over and pulling out a golf club.
So you just saw like a lot of bed sheets and a spotlight behind her facing the audience. So it almost kind of blinds you, but you see her silhouettes in it, like that trickery of how you can get naked but not get naked.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tasteful.
So that's the tasteful trickery of the sexy scenes. But yeah, where are all the soundtracks, man? Barbie, I'll give you 2 songs, because really the Lizzo song didn't get
Yeah,
traction.
the Guardians of the Galaxy
Ken song
movies.
was fun at the Oscars, but we didn't play that. We
Guardians.
just played the Dua Lipa song.
But no, we
Guardians.
played the Sam Smith, didn't we?
We played the Billie Eilish, What Was I Made
Oh,
For?
yeah, of course. Yeah,
and
that
the
one.
Nicki Minaj, Ice Spice, Barbie World with the Aqua
But never
sample.
Ryan Gosling. Ken.
We didn't do the Ken song.
No,
on the radio,
no.
though.
Well, that was
Thank
Ryan
God.
Gosling
So
singing.
I'd say that's the last
But
soundtrack.
we didn't play The Man I Am, Sam Smith.
No,
really?
no. I think
That was
no,
a
no,
good
no,
one.
We didn't.
That was a good
The biggest
song.
radio hit for the Barbie soundtrack was the Dua Lipa song for sure.
Yeah.
We play that all the time.
Now,
Here we go.
time for the Roula and Ryan Show on KRBE to tell you what's going down in H-Town.
It would be Houston if we didn't have something to tear up the freeways. TxDOT wants to widen or elevate I-10 west of downtown. Now, growing concern
West
is
of
that
downtown.
there is no single project that will radically alter the area. But they say combined with all their ideas, they could actually.
You mean
ease
where
traffic.
the river happened, right there next to like Shepherd and I-10, where it dips down? There's like a whole thoroughway of like a river. It's a river, basically.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was reading all their different plans. The plan that made the most sense would add managed lanes on the elevated roadway in the center of the freeway, and that keeps the freeway in the same footprint. So that means they don't have to rip everything up.
How much does that cost?
I don't
think they should leave it.
About
It's
40 cents.
Let's just take all that money, invest in drones, and let's get drones going.
Okay.
I want to fly drones.
Do you want to fly in a drone?
Hell yeah.
I read that
I want so
by
bad.
2030, they're going to, I think it was Tesla's going to start selling a flying car.
2030?
That's only like, what?
That's not far away.
6 years away.
I don't want to be the first one on that one.
I don't want to be driving underneath it because when they get in an accident up there, where do you
With
think
this
they're
stuff, you
coming?
just push the button
down
from A to B, and it'll take you there. You're not really driving it. or
Well,
flying
I'm
it.
saying if it malfunctions during its flight, then it's going to crash on your house, possibly.
Right.
You got a parachute.
Or if what if your kid is riding a bicycle?
What about
and-
the debris? What happens with the debris? You get hit in the head. You get knocked in the head with a tire.
Yeah.
Well, does it need a tire? Does it need a tire? Or is it like Back to the Future where it starts on the ground, then it flies up?
Some
Are
of
there
these-
tires?
some of these don't have tires.
I still can't figure out that truck. Y'all seen that truck? What is that truck? It does look like it's from Back to the Future. Which truck is that?
The Cybertruck?
Oh, yeah, the Cybertruck.
Oh, yeah, that's Tesla.
They
I don't know how you see out of that thing.
It's ugly.
It looks
like you're
super
some kind
cool.
of tanker or something.
You think it's cool?
I think it's so cool.
I saw
I
one
would
the other
totally
day
drive that.
when I left work here. They had a black mat. on
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that
There's
too.
one that's really
The
sick
black
on the
mat.
highway that I see in the morning
That
sometimes.
was cool. But the one with the other one, you just see fingerprints and.
But they had
I
to
don't
recall
care. I think
all of
it's worth
them
it.
last week. Remember?
All the Tesla trucks?
The Cybertrucks. Yeah, there was a problem with I think the pedal.
Yeah, the pedal was coming off or sticking, and so it wouldn't, it would jam. Mm-hmm. So it kept going faster and
You don't
faster.
want that to happen.
Holy crap, this one's for sale for $199,000 used with 392
Yeah,
miles.
they're expensive.
Because right now nobody can get them.
Yeah, this one's $155,000, $169,000, almost $170,000.
Oh my God!
These are not. You are a very wealthy person if you're driving that truck.
You're buying a $200,000
That's what's
car.
gonna happen.
I
People
want
are
it-
That's a house on wheels,
I
man.
want it to be
They're
self-driving.
going to follow you around and rob you. So hell no, I don't want that.
Yeah, it just draws attention. It's like, look at me. I've got money. Come rob me.
Yep.
Well, I didn't know how much it cost until I told everybody, so maybe now they know.
Oh, they know. It's not like the Tesla cars where you can get for like $30,000.
But as far as the flying is concerned, they're not flying at a high enough elevation to have a parachute. You have to, if you pull a
they showed
parachute
something that it had
below
something.
600 feet, you're not going to survive.
Well, it'll help, though. It'll slow you down.
I think they had something they were showing a prototype that would do it.
We don't have to worry about it until at least 6 years, so let's just stop stressing.
Yeah, there's plenty enough to worry about.
Coming up next, what happened on Roula and Ryan's Roses today? I'm going to just warn you now, it's going to hurt your heart. It's going to hurt your heart what happened to Donna. But you got to hear it because she had to find out the answers, and we gave them to her. Next on the Roula and Ryan Show.